I need space to work on the Ferrari. I have to do a clutch. I've never done a clutch on a Ferrari, so as you watch this video, you're gonna see me learning how to do a clutch on a Ferrari. What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back to my teeny tiny little automotive channel where I take on projects that I have never done and I kind of learn as I go, and then I'll show you the mistakes that I make so that you can avoid them. I am on my 1982 Ferrari 308 GTSI, my Magnum PI car, and it's time to do a clutch, which resides in this area here. So all of this has to come apart, and the clutch and everything is back yonder. My pedal catches way high, and you can see there's actually room to get in and work on these cars. There's the fuel pump and the accumulator filter. Everything's kind of tucked right there. That was actually a pretty easy fix when I had to. This is one of the gas tanks. There's another one just like this on the other side, and then there's like a crossover tube. If you are working on a 308, it's, you know, not super difficult. Once you get this liner out, you have room. If you've never watched my channel before, something I should probably preface: I don't catch breaks on this channel. If something is going to happen, something's going to go wrong, it's going to happen to me. I'm not the guy that gets lucky and everything goes smooth. No. That has not been my path in life. But lucky for you, if you have to do something like this, you watch my channel, you watch me fail at all kinds of different stuff, and then you know what not to do or what to look out for. So buckle up, here we go. I will show you a lot of what I'm doing, but what I am doing is I'm following an article that has already been written with some really great pictures. It's very in-depth. It's the Birdman article about how to do the clutch. So I'm hoping that this video, along with that article, will be extremely helpful to the next person that decides to do this. So rather than me explain like where every nut and bolt and everything that I'm taking apart, you know, I'll show you most of it, but you can literally read through his article with pictures and it will show you each piece. And then, you know, I don't know, maybe the video is just going to end up being something fun to watch as I get myself into some total crap. So this whole cover is going to be RTV'd to the other piece up here, but what I found is if you take a screwdriver, there's a little lip right here that you can kind of pry against just to get it popped enough, and then you can maybe slide like a scraper or something thin in here to kind of work this way. You want to be very careful. It's all aluminum, so you don't want to nick this gasket edge. That's what I found works, so good luck to you. Hopefully it works for you too. And when you get the cover off, this is what you are looking at. Look at all them gears. And there's the inside of the cover. Fun. This ring gear up here does not come off. These two come off. And you can see this has been peened there and there, so I gotta unpeen. I hope that's the right term. And then take this off, pull this gear and this gear. I ended up borrowing the correct tool that you need. It looks like this, from my buddy Aaron at ATS Racing. So thank you so much, Aaron. And thank you, Scott, for the assist. It fits over this nut right here with these little grooves in it. And from what I was reading on Birdman's page, you need to kind of stick a rag in here to kind of lock this, and this thing is supposed to be on there super duper tight. And he's got all these extensions out to a breaker bar, and well, mine wasn't on there all that tight. I was able to break it loose pretty easy, so I don't know if that's a win for me or if that's a loss because it wasn't on very tight. Here it is with the gears removed, the center and this bottom one, and there's a snap ring right here, so that's going to have to come out. And then I believe I'm going to have to start undoing all these bolts around it because I think this shaft that goes through comes out with this bell housing as one unit so far, according to like the pictures and stuff that I've seen. All right, interwebs, we are underneath the gearbox, and what I am doing is trying to break the bell housing away right there. So you can see the seal is starting to pull away, and that's what you need to do. Birdman said that he made a steel plate that he bolted somehow across here and then tightened the bolts, and it pushed against something and pulled it away. I have just been gently prying and kind of tapping around the studs, and this is where I'm at. Now, I haven't put a screwdriver or anything, you know, up against any of those mating surfaces, but you can do it kind of right here, a little bit right here. There's little areas that you can kind of work and pry, and so far it's working for me. Is it the factory way? No, but it works. So if you're going to do this, figure out which way works best for you. I have it broken loose from the seal. Now what you need to do, according to Birdman's article, is kind of work this back and forth so that you can get this bearing out. I've already taken the snap ring off, but apparently there's a spacer and another snap ring behind this that you have to get out, or you cannot get the whole bell housing off. So I apologize, it's so tight in here to try to keep a camera in here and working, so I'm gonna kind of have to work at this and then show you afterwards. I got that first little bearing out, and this is what it looks like inside. Got it off. So what held me up was this is that snap ring that he mentioned, and it's in this little groove right here. Well, this is spinning and you're trying to fish something in here. Well, and this snap ring does not have like anything, you know how it normally has those little round ears that you could put your snap ring pliers in and move one way or the other? I don't have that. So I was trying to do it with a pair of needle nose and just ever so slightly trying to get it to spread so that I could take my pick and get underneath it, and that's eventually what I did. It just took forever to do, and then I pushed it back, and then I was able to pull the bell housing off. I don't know, maybe this isn't even the right one, or maybe something's broken off, I'm not sure, but I'm sure I'll find out here soon. But there's my clutch. So we're gonna start getting all the rest of that stuff out. There is the flywheel. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, that's good stuff, huh? So at least all the teeth and stuff are in good shape. Just probably have to have this resurfaced. I'm going to replace that pilot bearing, and I got to find one of the bolts that dropped somewhere down here. Clutch is out. That actually wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be. The trickiest part for me was getting that snap ring out. I'll have to look into that and see what the deal is and why it is that way. It just doesn't make sense. Maybe that's just how it is. I don't know. Time to get all of this stuff cleaned up. This is the stuff I really like to use. And shout out to the team at Super Clean, because they have been sending me stuff and supporting my channel and giving me stuff to give to you guys. So thank you so much to Super Clean. If you haven't tried this stuff, just grab a bottle at the auto parts store. Just try one. I think if you try one, you'll probably like it and you'll probably stick with it. I pretty much switched over. So yeah, we're gonna spray some of this all over that. And we're gonna get it all cleaned up. I will drop off my flywheel to get resurfaced. And hopefully, with any luck, I will have my new clutch here this sometime this week coming up, I hope. Trying to get this car done and ready for Italian Car Fest. It's not until first part of September, but I'm one broken bolt or one back-ordered part away from not getting this thing on the ground. I got my flywheel resurfaced. I actually had to take my Ferrari flywheel to a Porsche place to have them machine it. It was like 70 bucks, 71 bucks. This seems to be what's holding everybody up. According to the parts place that I'm ordering from, this piece is on back order. And because that one little piece they can't get right now, they won't ship anything else to me. They have it boxed up, just sitting there, and they won't send it out. So I can't even work on anything else because I have no parts. Real quick, I will give you a little walk around of the Delorean here. You can kind of see, you haven't seen this car in a while, but I assure you I have been working on this thing. Most of the work that I've been doing is just back here, kind of figuring out throttle body and getting my intake kind of where I want it to be. I had some hoses set up for my cooling and then I switched them. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to run my in over here, my exit right to here, keep it very simple back here, and I will flip the hoses up front. But here she is, still working on it, I promise, and I will have a video of this, fingers crossed, hopefully sometime soon. I am going to use the bread trick, I think, to pull this pilot bushing out. If you're a purist, well, you're probably not watching my videos anyway, but you may or may not have recognized what I was using to push the bread through that pilot bearing, and it turns out the perfect fit that I could find, your lug bolt that holds your wheels on, perfect size. Now, I'm not telling you to do this because I dinged up the end of it, and now I've got to clean that up and polish it and all that to get it somewhat reasonable again. Mine weren't perfect to begin with, but if you're in a pinch, this works. I'm having the worst time trying to get parts from one particular supplier that I have always used and I have been very loyal to. Oh, cheerio. Thanks for calling. What can I do for you? I was calling to see if you had the Ferrari 308 clutch in stock. Yes, we have that. Excellent. Okay, well, as soon as I get home from work, I will get that ordered. Thank you. Thanks for calling. What can I do for you? Hi, it's been like a week since I placed my order. Just wondering if my parts have shipped.
We're out of stock.
Were you going to let me know, like email me or anything and let me know?
No.
When do you think you'll have more?
I expect we'll have them Wednesday.
All right, I guess I can make that work. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for calling. What can we do for you?
I was checking on my parts again. You said you'd have it on Wednesday-ish and still haven't been charged. It hasn't been shipped and it's Friday, so just wondering if that's going out.
No, still don't have them.
And you didn't want to reach out to me to let me know that either?
No.
You told me you had it in stock.
Yes, I did. We had low stock. 1 or 2.
So why wouldn't you let me know that you only had like 1 or 2? I would have just ordered it right that second rather than waiting to get home to do it from my home computer. You're not very helpful.
Thanks for calling.